Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. It seems to be Mase Betha carried a receipts to exhibitions Diddy and Jay Z for supposedly taking advantage of more youthful ladies and driving them into their wrecked club. Well, I swear not entirely set in stone to bring Diddy down for the last time, and he's not playing. He's prepared to inhale, stretch, shake. Let it proceed to drop all the tea on the grounds that, as of late, he spilled some tea on Diddy, guaranteeing that Diddy and Jay Z are purportedly important for a wrecked gathering where they see, supposedly, exposition ladies. And there is supposedly an extremely considerable rundown of casualties, and Mase is prepared to drop those receipts. Now everyone realizes that Mase and Diddy have an extremely lengthy history of ill will, and it appears as though Mase is as yet clutching that resentment against Diddy on the grounds that the charges he's making currently are insane, however not excessively unrealistic now. Did Diddy truly pimp out his craftsmen to be taken advantage of by other rappers in the business, and did Diddy's mother truly assist him with concealing this mysterious glove? Yo, how dare this be discussed? He needs receipts. We should begin with your mom. Your mom got the receipts. Everything is in your mom's name. That is the person who got the receipts. You all. It seems as though Mase is determined to bring Diddy down for good. This man has been shady when it comes to Diddy, and he's not easing off at any point in the near future. Really, it seems to be 50 pennies, and Mase is battling for the main operation for Diddy, yet I actually think the greatest out for Diddy is karma. It was practically similar to him only trusting that Cassie will drop her claim against Diddy in light of the fact that from that point forward, Mase has been going in on him. Mase was once important for the Awful Kid Records arrangement until a significant aftermath with Diddy messed up their relationship, and he had really dull comments about Mr. Diddy for quite a long time. He's been tossing concealment at Diddy, and reports have been twirling that there was something else to their meet. Besides, anybody realized that obviously whatever went down between them was really chaotic on the grounds that they were going at one another furiously. The aftermath prompted a very public fight with Mase in any event, delivering a diss track solidly at Diddy and keeping on calling him out via virtual entertainment in Mase's diss track. Profit 2. Mase didn't keep down at all. He went a cappella on in one of his new shows, and one of the most essential lines was Ninja's attempt to starve my children and give my cash to his firstborn. He simply never pays the craftsmen, however, they love to pay for the oddities. Currently, plainly, he was alluding to Diddy's supposed association in a few unpredictable exercises that Diddy likes to call FOs or oddity offs. Well, maybe still up in the air to keep the intensity on Diddy from its vibes. He's not going to stop at any point in the near future. The entire circumstance has been quite recently insane to watch, and clearly Mase has significantly more to say now. What adds a charming layer to this adventure is that Mase delivered the track in 2122, over a year prior to Cassie documented her claim. Yet this started hypothesis that Diddy could have constrained Mase into comparative circumstances since he was intimate, acquainted with it. This isn't totally outlandish, however, taking into account the past ations of DE's contribution in capricious associations with different rappers, including some inside the Terrible Young Men records team. However, in the event that you all don't have a clue, there have been reports for a really long time that Diddy purportedly preferred to take care of business with his terrible kid craftsmen, particularly the male ones. Well, that is the manner by which he and Cassie met in NEC. See when he marked her to Awful Kid Records. As a matter of fact, there are hypotheses that the main reason he marked Cassie was that he needed her and needed her under his influence, in addition to the fact that Mase is presently emerging to uncover Diddy, yet he is likewise uncovering Diddy's BFF Jay Z. And as per him, not exclusively are those two men the greatest names in music, but they have additionally supposedly depended on some obscure stuff. You understand what we've been referring to with the EXT dealing charges that Diddy is now confronting with the federal authorities. Well, Mama is currently guaranteeing that Jay Z is purportedly engaged with this, and also guaranteeing that the two men both supposedly ran a mystery club that depended on purportedly harming ladies. Now, like I said, Mase has clarified that he has an individual feud against Diddy, and he is accompanying years' worth of tea as per Mase. Diddy and Jay Z have been purportedly really dependent on this for a long time, since the mid-2000s. Basically, when Diddy supposedly pimped out the individuals from his young lady bunch, Danny DeCane, to Jay Z. Purportedly, the gathering was comprised of 5 young ladies: Andrea Ware D. Woods, Shannon Furthermore. Aubrey and he met up to shape a band while on the MTV unscripted TV drama called Making the Band. After the show finished, Diddy marked them with his terrible kid name, and everyone anticipated that they would become hotshots. After all, Diddy had previously become well known in the mark that delivered a few major names in the business. Diddy and Aubrey specifically conflicted a ton in light of the fact that Aubrey was not the sort to pause for a moment or two and let Diddy control her, and you all did. He frantically needed to control every little thing about them, from their focuses on their garments and everything except Aubrey wasn't having it. At any point, I pose an inquiry about what it is that you need to seem to be. However, would you like to seem to be a playboy? Close companion? Would you like to seem as though you're finished with all of that? No. What do you need to seem to be? However, what is it that you need to appear as? I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'm not centered around me. I'm centered around what this gathering ought to resemble and how I ought to fit in this circumstance. You like enormous hair. However, you truly do like huge hair. You like large hair. You like a ton of cosmetics and all that. Really, I don't. I could do without large hair. I could do without specific cosmetics. I'm truly adaptable to what you believe I should do, and I've worked with all that you've tossed, but I'm not seeing the adaptability you've shown me. Your hair individuals came in today, and they said this is the means by which it should be. You know what I'm talking about. You're pushing your own. I'm not stressed over whether my hair is straight, wavy, whatever. Haven't arrived in a gathering to have wavy, straight, huge cosmetics. Whatever, I'm here in a gathering to sing with my gathering, and that is all I care about for genuine. Now, recollect last year when Diddy haphazardly chose to give his craftsmen back their lords. At the time, he guaranteed that he was doing it as a demonstration of generosity, saying it's simply making the best choice. I believe that we as an industry and as a group need to look in the mirror and make a shift forward. It's tied in with developing, showing others how it's done and transforming an industry that needs it in a world that needs change. Well, Mase rushed to call BS on that, guaranteeing that Diddy had clutched his distributing for the beyond 24 years. He said he attempted to repurchase his distributing, which had been sold for $20,000, offering Diddy $2 million. Supposedly, Diddy wouldn't sell at that cost and, on second thought, advised him to match an European proposition or hold on until he was 50. So Diddy unexpectedly chose to return the bosses for nothing. Appeared to be dubious. Well, here's the extension. Previously, did he hand it back? The bosses to his craftsmen. There was a little detail he advantageously left out to the public. Tricky Wright transforms out. He somewhat pressured them into marking a NDA interpretation. They were committed to mystery, swearing never to spill tea about what went down during their season of terrible kid records. At the time, it appeared to be a pleasant move, a hint of generosity from the music mogo, yet presently understanding what we know, there's more going on behind the scenes. And it seems okay why Diddy needed everybody's calm. Diddy was, at that point, mindful of Cassie's arrangement to drop a claim. Not terrible, but not great either. What's a keen finance manager to do? Stretch out beyond the tempest. Obviously, it turns out those NDAs weren't just about maintaining order. They were an essential move to get however much exposure as could reasonably be expected before this legitimate torrential slide descended on him, discussing playing the PR game like a chess ace. Anyway, a portion of his previous craftsmen saw directly through this activity and wouldn't sign the NDA. One of those individuals was Aubrey, and to get that, I need to deliver him for any cases or bad behaviors or activities preceding the date of discharge. I need to sign an NDA that I won't ever defame an awful kid like Janice Combs, Justin Bieber, Emmy, or Sony ever in public. She then, at that point, guaranteed that, besides the fact that Diddy Body would disgrace them, he likewise attempted to connect with them and blew up when they turned him down. You could envision the reason why someone would need to fire someone. You might at any point give us a little. I wasn't able to do what was generally anticipated of me, not ability-wise, but rather in different regions. MH and I were different young ladies doing. I was the one in particular that was in places like that. Recall how I said that Dodie was fixated on controlling them and their looks and all that? Well, it turns out it wasn't simply their public picture. Purportedly, he was pimping them out to different men and believed that them should look really great for the men he was giving them. To his previous guardian, Gene Dill spilled the tea on this adage, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said, "Before many individuals, we were in the studio, and I expressed something to him and left the studio. He said, 'Yo, I'm a medication vacation day,' and got them and pipped them out to my scratch. He said, 'I'ma drug them out. I'ma get them generally on medications, and I'ma pimp their out to my—' I was like, there's someone kids and left yet. Hang on, as indicated by Mase. There was something much more vile happening with Diddy and his craftsmen when he wasn't purportedly taking advantage of them and fanatically holding them under his influence. He was pimping them out purportedly. Now recollect how Gene said he heard Diddy making arrangements to pimp out the young lady bunch Dinah Kane. Well, it seems as though Mama is guaranteeing that Diddy was supposedly a piece of a dreadful trade with Jay Z, where they purportedly had consent to pimp out their craftsmen. Yet there's a great deal more in question since Mase is presently bringing back Puma's claims about how Jay Z. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.